Greetings, Joe Ballas. Welcome to the 2014-2015 fantasy basketball season and NBA season. It's a pleasure to be working with you guys again, competing in this fantastic 10-team ESPN head-to-head categories league. It's so competitive. Every year it gets better. We're gonna go to war this year. I can feel it. We got some new blood in this league. And it's gonna be a good ride for sure. 10 competitive teams, a great draft. Not many. I would have liked to see more of you on the video chat, but it is what it is. So, we got our inaugural season preview on the video, and we'll get started with the previews. It was hard to break it down, really hard to break it down, and I hate to put down teams because we're all friends here, right? But and some of you don't, when they disagree with my prediction, it's like it's a personal offense or something. It's my opinion, and that's it, and that's all it is. It's a prediction, basing it off the draft, off the management in the past, okay, and that weighs a lot. That's how you get respect in this league, from what you have done, okay, and that's how we base our intuition and predictions off of. So I'm gonna start with 10th, and I don't think there's any question here. But enough of the 8th place. It's 10th place now. Big Mike. He was the auto draft, and his keeper situation wasn't particularly great with Horford, Nowitzki, and Oladipo. And it's not like Kemba Walker and Kawhi Leonard are going to, turn this team into something that it's not. They're supporting players. They're not the players, and it's too much for them to handle. So, with Lopez out, with Butler out, with Jackson out, the whole team is injured. There's no size. And clearly coming in with an auto, and you know how important the draft is in basketball. It's probably the most important because football is pretty important too, but basketball is you only have like 13 players. That's not very many, and you need to make those picks count. Mike has had a losing career, and I think he continues to have another losing season until we're otherwise proven. So 10th place for the Black Hand. In 9th, I am going to have to put the duo Fear the Beard, Hamilton and Dunford. And I like some of the players they have on their team. They had a great set coming in with Wall, Harden, and Dragic. That's a good guard-heavy team, and they added to that with Evans and Rose. If Rose turns it around, this team could be really good. But, those knees right now, I'm just not very sold on. We'll have to see. He looked good in USA, but I don't know about how he's going to take that into the regular season. Monte Ellis had a great year last year. Percentages might hurt him. This team is not going to win percentage categories. They don't have they might get the threes, but as far and they get to the line, like you can see that, but they don't have the big men stats, and you need to have a few of them. Larry Sanders, he was banged up last year. Markieff Morris, is he really ready to take on like a top tier big man role or even a middle tier? I don't think so. So we'll have to see what happens with their supporting players. I think this team could win a few games, but until otherwise proven, and the duo has not shown us they could win in basketball after one season. I think they'll improve this year, but I'm looking to see a little more from them this season. So moving on to 8th, I'm going to have to pick the other duo, and I'm sure he's going to criticize me, but that's my brother, and his new buddy Mark Nathlich. Andrew says he hired him, and whatever that means, we don't know, but he hired him, and maybe we'll see. I've heard good things and played in that with Nathlich in other leagues, so he's competitive, so he should bring the morale of this team up. And Thayer's fantasy basketball franchise has not been headed in the right direction in the last few years. We'll see what's going on here. They did, it's taken a few seasons to kind of turn around their keeper situation, and they actually had a formidable set with Lillard, Gasol, and Kyle Lowry. I don't know about his health right now, but he did have a breakout somewhat season last year. And with Luol Deng, I'm a personal fan. Marcin Gortat, personal fan. DeRozan, I like a lot of these guys. I don't know if they're gonna get it done. I mean, other than Monroe and Gortat, how else are you gonna grab rebounds without if Gasol is benched or not benched, but if he's banged up or if he's had plantar fasciitis issues. Um, there's not a lot of big men on this roster um, that get the offensive rebounds, and defensively, I don't see a whole lot. It call it what it is, but the rest of the team looks a little bit average to me. I'm just not sold on their bench. Knight, I don't know. I don't know. I think they're going to depend a lot on their managing, and the managing could definitely pull them out, but I think that's going to have to be the deciding factor here. So eighth place for now until we're otherwise proven. In seventh, and I hate to do this, but I have to put the most respected man in the league, Mr. Frank Jimenez, and he's usually a winning team. He gets a lot of respect for a reason. He's consistent. He wins in the past, but he has the tendency, especially with these everyday type leagues, to lose track here and there, or if not, make acquisitions when he should be. Um, the problem is Durant's out, and he's not gonna be on the whole year, but he's gonna miss a significant amount of time, enough that would hinder Frank's performance. And unfortunately, I don't think Jefferson, Lee, and Duncan, Wade, Conley can carry the load. They are good players, don't get me wrong, but without Durant, this is a tough team uh, to win games with. Chandler, Olenek, Middleton, Corver. I don't see nobody jumps out at me. You're gonna get consistent boards with Jefferson and Lee. Duncan, they bench him the last week of the season. Never good if you're trying to win a title. Um, but Frank will find a way. I think seventh place is where it's at right now, unfortunately. In sixth, and and again, I don't like doing this, but this was kind of a situation where um, that's a tough call. I will never put this man lower, ever, but I'm gonna have to put it on Mr. Burchant, and that's hard because he's made the playoffs every single year, and he's won a championship. He has the pedigree, but ouch, with Bradley Beal being a keeper and being out, and Vucevic, he got an extension, but Vucevic as like your second keeper, third maybe. I mean, it's not great. It's not great. Curry's gonna carry the team. Danny Green starting shooting guard. I don't know. Klay Thompson. I don't think that was a great first pick. Obviously, yeah, it's tough. It's very guard heavy. Very guard heavy. With Vucevic and Favors, that's it. And Favors is not really a proven center. Well, he's listed as one, and he puts up the percentages of a center, but we need to see more of this. And Ariza, you don't know the consistency he's going to put up. Giannis Antetokounmpo, however you pronounce it, he could have a breakout year. When Rondo comes back, he's really going to help. But Bert's going to really have to, if he makes the playoffs this year, it's going to be one of the best seasons he's had, because this is probably the least talented team he's had to work with. So we'll see how he copes with that. In fifth, I'm going to put Mr. Yee, and he's going to criticize me for fifth because he thinks he's going to win the league, which you should. Every owner thinks you should win the league. He had, of course, he picked up Paul George, but Cousins and Ibaka, it's a good 1-2 punch. Nerlens Noel is a third. I debated that, but you know what? He could come back and show that he could have a Blake Griffin type season. You never know. So, and then he added some more bigs with Millsap, Asik, Boozer late. Thaddeus Young plays big for a small forward. So he's gonna get some. Jeremy Lin at point guard. I don't like that at all. But it is what it is. So he's actually he's weak at guard. And I mean Matthews, Isaiah Thomas, they're not great play. They're not great. They'll get okay stats, but they're not star power. So, and I like Jabari Parker, but we'll have to see what he can do at his first full season. So, until then, and he missed the playoffs last year. See if he can right the ship. I'm gonna still put him at fifth for right now. And fourth, this is where the breakout happens. This is where he finally does it. I'm going out on a limb, but this is my upset pick of the year, and Matt. And I think he's going to do it with Dwight, Love, Bosch, man, those guys, and then add Andre Drummond on top of that. He's going to win every big man category, no question. Add Tobias Harris to that. Um, Chandler Parsons is a good forward too. So this is a dangerous team. And he has decent, I mean, Holiday, Johnson, Redick, three sharpshooter off the bench. These are not bad players. Brandon Jennings, he can have a good night. So, yeah, I like this team a lot. I think Matt's competitive, and it's time that, we stop looking at him as, the underdog of the league, because he's going to sneak up on you this year. So, yeah, that's Ramirez. And third, it's Tyler Beeks. He had a great year last year. He won the regular season title. Comes in with Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis. I mean, those are two of the top 10 players in the league. Blake Griffin, top 11. I mean, that's good. Kenneth Faried and DeAndre Jordan, they really strengthened the big men. They're going to be okay because big men are consistent. They get you the rebounds. I don't know about Spencer Hawsley, but that's beside the point. Those guys are going to carry the team. I'm questionable with Shabazz Napier at the second guard. They might have some work to do there, but I think Beeks is going to be all right. I think, like I say they, but it's really Tyler Beeks. I think he's going to be okay. Third place for now. This is regular season, not taking into consideration playoffs, and I'm going to put myself in second because the champion always warrants rights to the first. And Mr. Drew Paz. And I easily had the best keepers. Chris Paul, LaMarcus Aldridge, Melo. There's no secret in that. And I got some good supporters with Ty Lawson, with Pau Gasol, Hibbert, Bogut. I mean, I made sure I got my rebounds in. So I'm going to be all right. And I'm taking a stab with Marcus Smart. So we'll see how he does. But proven winner. I'm going to keep doing that. And then the other proven winner, come on, he's had 3 basketball titles. Drew Paz. Took a stab with Kobe Bryant. Could really pay off. Never know. Come on, your first pick to go along with LeBron. Kyrie, Randolph, Noah. That's a great starting 5. It's an all-star starting 5 right there. And you get Teague is good. Batum is good. This is keeper talent players. You can get Pekovic at healthy, Ryan Anderson shooting bullets off the bench, and Taj Gibson, he's the insurance for Joakim. So I think Paz will, we'll put him at 1 for now. And, please let me know what you think of the previews. I know some rationales may not make sense. This is just my opinion, what we've seen in the past. I think what to really watch out for is Matt rising up the board, and we'll see if Burt can kind of if Burt can hang with the rest, even with the talent that he has, the lack of talent thereof this season. So, rag on me all you want, guys, but I hope you have a great season. Good luck to everyone. Just keep swishing.